You've heard my name mentioned probably a dozen different times in this trial. I'm in the actual freak off video. Several of the videos, unfortunately, are me covered in baby oil in a room with Cassandra Ventura. I have no clue why Daniel Phillip and I were in an orgy with Sean Combs. Okay.
Wait a minute.
Went out for a second.
Yeah, you said Daniel Phillip?
Daniel Phillip. I met Daniel Phillip in an orgy at Cassie's apartment in one of the Trump buildings in Midtown Manhattan. I believe it was 2011. That's where I met Daniel Phillip in an orgy where I was called by Cassie to have a sexathon. And basically the goal of this sexathon was for one of us to last the longest. Whoever lasts the longest was going to become her main boy toy. Tasha K, I see your face. This is the truth. So for 2 days, myself and Daniel Phillip, we participated in this sexathon, Sex and Cassie. Daniel Phillip hung in there, but I think it was a Wednesday morning, actually. I think the morning of the wrap up of the thing, he finally couldn't participate anymore. Not because something's wrong with him. He had been up 2 days. He's back to back having sex with her. He was tired, so he couldn't perform anymore, but I still could. So I finished her off. I end up winning. Diddy comes out the room after he carries her in the other bedroom. He pays Daniel Phillip. Daniel Phillip leaves. He comes to me. He tells me out his own mouth. He says, listen, she said you were the best penis she ever had in her life. Wow, really? He said, yeah. He says, yo, she wants you to come back. She just needs some time to rest. I said, all right. Now, I had been there 2 days. I needed to go to work. I was an optician. I don't even think I was escorting anymore at the time, because I only started escorting because I was in prison. I got released. I had a great body. I was good with women. So someone hired me to be an escort. So maybe a year or two into it, I stopped. I got a job. I was an optician. I was trying to get my life together. I didn't have time for that. But Cassie paid me so well. It was kind of like a no-brainer. Beautiful woman, $5,000 every time I got to break her down. What?
Rico said during our interview last week the pay was $5,000.
$5,000. I only got less than $5,000 one time, and that's the time Diddy drugged me. He gave me $1,500 to go home because I was completely drugged out of my face off of something he gave me. But every other time I got $5,000. The time with Daniel Phillip and winning this orgy, I think I got like $11,000 in total from winning the orgy, then coming back and dusting her off again. I had an extensive history with Cassie. I see your face. You're like, oh my God, yeah.
How many hours did you go?
Oh, the longest I ever had sex with was 4 days in Miami. You had to put your glasses on for that.
Okay, now hold on for a second. So when you have sex for 4 days, do you stop to pee? Do you take breaks? What happens?
Yeah. It's kind of like, something. People don't realize something. Diddy is rich. He's as rich as a king. I don't know if you've ever seen the HBO TV series Rome, like where there was with the Julius Caesar series Rome that they had years ago on HBO.
No, but I'm sure my husband has watched it. He watched all them type of shows. But
a couple of years, HBO had a series, and in this series they had like Cleopatra, Mark Antony. They were smoking opium. They had a bunch of slaves in there that she was sleeping with that had larger members than Mark Antony. This is what a freak off really was. I was made to be completely naked, baby oil, and basically kept on standby for every time Cassie needed to come. And I would be called to make her come. I didn't have to eat her vagina. I didn't have to kiss her, even though she kissed me, which is disgusting now that I know she was letting people urinate in her mouth. But this is the whole point of Oh my God. Oh my God.
Keep going. You are an excellent storyteller, and we look forward to this book. I'm gonna give you a week's worth of promotion on this book across all my platforms. That is on me for keeping your word, for coming through here, and for dropping this wine. We are going to heavily promote. Get his ass on the roster. Go ahead, go.
I promised you I would tell you the truth, because that's what this is about. Diddy might have did a lot of bad stuff. He's horribly abusive to women. We all know this. This is his track record, but he does not deserve an unfair trial. And if there's evidence that says that Cassie's involved, they should not be holding that to make her look like this holier than thou battered woman. He was abusive. He was abusive, but he wasn't abusive because she didn't want to have sex. That's the exact opposite. He was abusive because he would catch us having sex behind his back. She would emasculate him about his penis size because he's not that big. She would always get smart with him. And Diddy, from what I saw, Diddy is although he's incredibly successful, he's incredibly insecure. His ego is on everything. He would compete with me to try to sleep with Cassie better than me while he was paying me to do it, which was insane. an example. Let's say I'm having sex with her. She comes, she's laying in the bed. She's like, oh my God, shaking. I usually would get up and stand off to the side to let him watch her react to coming. He would jump on top of her right after and try to have sex with her, I guess, to make her come again. Now, I'm 3 times larger than him, I would probably say, just off a glance. I never had a sexual relationship with him. I need to say that because you have in a room with this guy for 8 years. So it's like playing on when you're walking around with people in the basketball team, you're going to see things you don't want to see.
Guys, we finally got the glutathione complex. All right, so this is the inner glow. This helps to even your skin tone without you having to get injections or IVs. When you see them girls looking real bleached and things like that, it's because they're using too much glutathione and they're putting it in their veins, whereas you could take a tablet a day and use it with our Koji Cocoa soap, okay? That's on the site all over your body, helping to even your skin tone, helping to brighten the skin tone, and things like that. That's why my skin is just so nice. You don't see me all bleached and extra light because I don't use too much. This is a nice fair dosage, all right? Give it about 6 weeks. You should see improvements, but with the Koji Cocoa soap, you'll definitely see improvements within like a couple of days, okay? And so the reviews are on the site. Use the coupon code TK10 to get 10% off your first order. And so, and this is just it's an amazing combination. Okay, so glutathione as well as the Koji Cocoa soap. Don't forget, guys. All right, 2 of the must-haves, which is the sea moss, 10,000 milligrams, 98% of the vitamins and minerals that our body needs. Every one of us needs to supplement. We need to supplement with plant-based products. Sea moss is plant-based. It comes from the sea. Okay, it's extracted and now it is in a mango flavor as well as a pineapple flavor, all naturally extracted fruits that are mixed together with the sea moss. It kills that fishy smell because, you know, sometimes sea moss can be I worked at I was a bartender at a strip club, and that fish smell with women was real. Okay, I used to hate when they be like, go get starred to the stage. I'd be like, I'm not going back there. I'm not going back there. I'm a bartender. I'm a bartender. But you ain't got to worry about all that, okay? And also on top of the sea moss, it has spirulina, zinc, burdock root, okay? This is easy. You can pop it in your water, pop it under your tongue. It's highly absorbable, which means you're going to absorb it real fast as opposed to a capsule. And don't forget, guys, in addition to that, that's something that's highly nutritious for you and also helps your T cells to activate when it's time to activate when you come in contact with different bacteria and viruses and stuff like that. The mushroom extract complex, shiitake mushrooms, one of the main ingredients in here, has been shown through clinical studies to completely help the body to eradicate HPV. They use it in HIV therapy and things like that. And if you can't take mushrooms, the texture and consistency, the gummies are here. They're very, very highly nutritional. They're very good, okay? But we also have the T cell and NK cell mushroom Vitamix, which is the powder. I put this in my smoothies, put it in my coffee. You can even put it in your food, okay? And eat it over the course of a few days, all right? We had a woman write in the other day saying that they couldn't get her calcium levels up, and they tried everything when she was in the hospital, and so something clicked and told her, hey, go get me that mushroom powder, and immediately the doctors were trying to figure out what got her calcium levels up, and it was because of her powder, the Vitamix, the T cell and NK cell Vitamix. And so her family ended up ordering 6 bottles, okay? I think selling us out that day, and then we had to bring more in stock with the vendor and everything like that. But you can get these on shoptkdeals.com. Use the coupon code TK10 to get 10% off your first order. And don't forget, in addition to the sea moss drops, we have the sour sop and sea moss drops. Okay, so island people, stand up. I know y'all love y'all sour sop. It's highly nutritional, has a lot of anti-inflammatory properties and things like that. And so this is available as well too with sea moss, black seed oil, and sour sop, okay? Very, very potent, all right? And so our island people will know about this. They put it in their tea, they put it in their coffee, their water. But like I said, if you're just a plain Jane like me, you just want your regular sea moss, we pop it in. But you can get all 3 all 3 in one for the sea moss, okay? Magnesium is a must, okay? And so very high quality magnesium is a must. And it's a must because a lot of times as Black people, when we have like heart attacks or muscle cramps or spasms or high blood pressure and things like that, half the time, especially given through clinical studies, it's because our magnesium levels are extremely low. Okay, and we can get magnesium from water. A lot of us don't drink a lot of water, and we can get it from visiting the sea. Milk of magnesia, I'm not a friend of that, just because it helps to relax the bowels too much to the point where you can take it in, but you're pooping it out. And so, taking 1 to 2 magnesium pills a day that are anywhere from 250 milligrams of magnesium to 500 magnesium. I usually take mine at night to help me to relax. Blood pressure used to be through the roof, okay? Especially with me being an entrepreneur. They say entrepreneurs have the most heart attacks and strokes because we're always constantly worried and things like that, always tight and clenched. Magnesium, taking it at night after about a week, you should see yourself to start to relax, blood pressure going down according to clinical studies. I am not a doctor, but talk to your doctor about it. Or you can do your own research on Google or is it Chat GPT or Chat GTP, whatever. Okay, but we do have magnesium, high quality magnesium that is made and sourced in the UK. So we have a very good company with high quality supplements. That's one thing that we pride ourselves on, especially with the D3. Y'all keep selling this out, okay? 10,000 IUs of D3 with vitamin C mixed together. We cannot keep that in stock. I keep trying to tell the company, y'all need to make more, like it's not enough. And they're like, we just never had sales like this. I'm like, well, the winos is different. And Black people, we need vitamin D, a lot of it, because we don't get a lot of sun. We're not out in the sun. We're not exercising like we should and things like that. And even if we are, sometimes our body just can't convert it because we're not properly supplemented, all right? So all of this is available on shoptkdeals.com. Use the coupon code TK10 to help get yourself supplemented with high quality supplements that I personally use and recommend daily. And yes, this is sponsored, okay?